Me and one of my buddies were talking the other day, and we realized it's crazy how many country singers came from college athletics. I have here a list. Riley Green, my boy, inspiration for my facial hair. Sam Hunt, Brett Young, Trace Adkins, Toby Keith, Chase Rice, Warren Ziders, Lee Bryce. Those are just some of my favorite artists, but it's crazy. And Warren Ziders actually was on an interview that I was reading talking about how much of his country music success he owes to his athletic background. I thought it would be a good video to break it down into 3 pillars of why, even if you're not a college athlete, you should be living like one. So pillar number 1, any successful college athlete needs to have discipline and needs to be able to stick to a schedule. This can apply to pretty well any other field. You have to learn to do what's hard even when you don't want to. You have to learn to wake up on time, stick to a schedule. If there's a workout, film study, practice that you don't want to go to, you go to it anyway. And it's the consistent habits of doing those things that are hard day after day after day that eventually bring results. In addition to this, because their schedules are so busy, athletes have to learn how to figure out what's essential for them and cut out the things that aren't essential. We don't have unlimited time. Time is finite and we can't get any more of it. And so we really have to decide which things are the most important and essential to us, plan those into our schedule, be disciplined to show up for them, and if there's something that really isn't essential, we may have to cut that out of our lives if we ever want to have a chance at getting to where we desire to get to. Pillar number 2 is that athletes have to carry both a passion and a purpose. Or you could say a passion for that purpose. This is what drives you through those days when you don't want to get up and you don't want to go work out and you don't want to go to practice, or you're tired or you're beat up or you're hurting and you have to keep pushing forward. It's your passion and your love for what you're working on that drives you through that. We need to have a purpose in life. We need to feel like we're working towards something. We need to feel like the things that we're doing are meaningful. If you have a purpose that you're pursuing, that brings an inner peace and an inner confidence. And all of this is really good for your mental health. If you have a passion and something you're pursuing, you're going to be happier. And in addition, this is kind of an adjacent topic, but I think everybody wants to be attractive, and I think if you have a passion, that makes you a more attractive person. Someone with a passion is far more attractive than someone who has no desire to go anywhere in life, who's just sitting around waiting for life to happen to them. Athletes are often some of the most sought after people. A lot of that is due to their status, but also a lot of it is due to the fact that they have a passion and they have something that they're working towards and they have goals. And that's something that everybody else looks up to. The third and final pillar is the mentality that athletes carry. It's a vein that runs through all of the different things. You have to approach anything in life, whether it be your passion and purpose, whether it be your schedule and discipline, whether it be your athletic pursuit, your business pursuit, your friendships, your relationships, anything. You have to approach it with the right mentality. You have to be able to go into a game where the crowd is booing you and still show up. The ref gives a bad call, you have to still be able to play through that. You get hit and you're on the ground, you don't want to get back up. You have to have the mentality that allows you to get back up, get on the field, and keep going. And in order to forge this, athletes have to be really careful about what they're putting into their brain. The type of friends that you surround yourself with, the type of videos that you listen to, the type of social media that you're on. Those are all going to affect your brain and the way that you see the world. Athletes, they have to be careful. They're reading too many negative comments or too much negative press or surrounding themselves with people that doubt their ability to play. They're going to lose faith in themselves. They're going to focus on the wrong things. And that's something that all athletes have to develop no matter what sport they're playing. And something that anyone that is successful in life has to develop as well. You have to be able to avoid that noise and focus on what really matters in life. We have to not compare ourselves to others, and we have to be in the constant state of improving and investing into yourself so that you're getting 1% better every day, and that the person that shows up tomorrow is going to be better than the person that shows up today, even if that's just by a little bit. These 3 pillars are all principles that I try to apply into my own life. I am not playing college sports on a scholarship, but I still consider myself an athlete in the business pursuits that I follow, in my goal to train to dunk, even in the types of friendships and relationships that I invest in. I treat it as if it were a sport, as if I were a college athlete, and I schedule my life the same way that a college athlete does, because that is how you get to the point that you want to be at. A good principle is a good principle and can apply to every field of life. All of us should be living like a college athlete, even if we aren't one. Thank you so much for watching. I'm putting out a lot of athletic content, a lot of helpful tips. I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribe, dropped a like, comment. Low-key, any kind of engagement helps me at this point. But I hope this was helpful for you. Catch you on the next video. Peace.